So I'm glad you brought that up that way. We live in a time where hard work no longer yields the guarantee of success. That's the time that we currently are in right now. Hard work does not guarantee.
Is there a way to guarantee it? What does?
Only God can guarantee
Only
that.
Only
God can guarantee that. And honestly speaking, I don't think, just because success is different for everybody, I do think there's some form of a way you can guarantee success if you truly define success before going into it for monetary purpose.
Turning in the water, swimming through the fire. I can't even call it. All I know is this will be the last time. Time to walk out that door. I don't wanna hear anymore. Whoa, oh. I can feel it in my core. We might have to take it by force. Cause we are the ones we waiting for.
What you waiting for? Welcome to the We Are the Ones podcast. I'm your host, Kareem Manuel. We're here every Wednesday, dropping fresh, dropping new for you. Hope you tune in, having a great time. As always, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It might be the only time I say it this episode, so just do it now and get out the way so you can just drop in. We really appreciate you being here. The We Are the Ones podcast is brought to you by Dr. Jonathan Bradford, our sponsor. Shout out to our first sponsor. Kind of make some noise for our first sponsor. Thank you so much. Dr. J runs a program called Fortitude, which is designed to help men just deepen knowledge of themselves, deepen into connection with themselves so they can be the best version of themselves and for those that they love. I'll be there with him on his land in February for our retreat called Fortitude, and we're inviting all y'all out. Make sure you check that out. And I also want to shout out our wellness retreat in Panama coming up in March. Make sure you come to the website. We're going to be with Dr. Aris Latham, just learning how to eat healthy, live off the land, take care of these bodies, these temples. That's March 25th. Check that out. All right. Now, I've been looking forward to this one for weeks and weeks and weeks. And I'm gonna just tell the truth. I don't get to hang with this guy the way I wish I could. And so I'm gonna get to dive in right now. I got with me, he likes to say he's just the man behind the camera, but he's shooting for any and everybody. And that's just what I know. It's King Kola, like Coca-Cola with a K. Soon to be my brother. I could already tell. It's like we already locking in. Welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. Hey man, you look great. You know what I'm saying? You got the hair matching the jacket.
That wasn't playing.
Okay.
That wasn't playing.
It's dope. We're gonna get started. But on our podcast, the first thing what we like to do is just give space for mental and emotional check-in and health. And so we're just going to do a check-in. If you could join me, just going to close your eyes. And if you're watching or listening, wherever you are, unless you're operating heavy machinery or supposed to be working, would love for you to join us. Close your eyes and we're just going to breathe in for 4 seconds, hold at the top for 4 seconds, breathe out for 4 seconds, and hold at the bottom for 4 seconds. As we do this, just feel yourself. If you feel any tension anywhere, just relax. Relax your face, relax your jaw, relax your shoulders, and even remind yourself of that as we do it. All right, so here we go. I'll snap to keep count. Just breathe in. Hold. Out. Hold. Relax. In. Hold. Relax the face. Relax the jaw. Out. Hold. Last time. Deep breath in. Hold. Out. Blow everything out. Hold. And find the regular breath again. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Come back to your body. Just feel the relaxation wash over you. To check in. What are you present to in this moment? What energy are you feeling in this moment?
Definitely feeling peace. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think the other one's a word. Whatever that initial connection that we had right here, that's what I'm feeling. It's still off that straight energy.
For
like,
sure.
Like this is my brother I just found.
Yeah.
Outside type thing.
I love that. I say that all the time. Like I'm having a feeling, but I don't have a word for it.
Yeah.
And in my house, I have kids, and so we even have a emotions chart. Like just all these different words. Because sometimes you can just see it's like there's just all this feeling. It's like, well, what are you feeling? I don't know. And it's like you get to look, and then it's like, I feel jovial. It's just whatever. It helps.
You came up with the words you put on that chart?
No, I bought it.
That's fire.
Yeah, Amazon.
That's fire.
Yeah, just
set them out.
Yeah,
What's it called? It's called a what chart?
It's called an emotional wheel chart, or at least ours is a wheel.
Yeah.
It comes in different ways, and it just has hundreds of different ones based on categories. So like anger, but then there's all these different iterations of anger. It's like happiness, and it helps a lot. But sometimes we experiencing something, ain't no word for it.
That's true too. But I'm gonna cop that though.
Hey, that's tight.
Say less. I appreciate that.
I'm feeling very curious, and I'm feeling excited. I love speaking to creatives who are making a way for themselves, and just getting to know like what's really going on. It doesn't have to be salacious. It's just like just doing this, having a dream, having any type of vision and pursuing this. Like it's just gonna be great. And I've been a fan of yours for a couple of years now. So yeah, to have this time is like I'm excited.
It's mutual, bro. It's definitely mutual.
Okay, so yeah, we'd like to just start off. Tell the people who you are as best you can. In a minute. Who are you? What do you do? Why should they care?
That's funny. I ask the same questions. Who you are, what you do, where you from.
Yeah.
All right, so my name is Kola Adatola. It's King Kola. The brand is A Kola Production. I'm the blessed man behind the camera.
Yep.
Well, blessed man with the camera, actually.
Okay.
A little twist to it.
All right.
The reason why I say I'm a blessed man with the camera is because I feel like there's no one or two titles that can signify who I am or embody the whole thing that I do. And honestly, we sat here and I try to go through every title. That ain't gonna work neither. No one wants to hear that.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna feel like I'm sounding like cocky or something.
Yeah.
But I do feel like
We can brag a little bit.
Yeah, respectfully.
All right.
But I do feel like titles just they limit our true selves.
Yeah.
So that's the title, since I have to use a title to signify myself as a blessed man with a camera. And I feel like just using that phrase right there embodies who I feel like I am. I've always recognized how blessed I am. I feel like there's another level to how blessed I am that I might not even know for real.
For sure.
But at least on the base level, I know I'm blessed.
I love
blessed.
I love it.
Everything that I do and everything that I stand for and everything that I commit to move forward with is off my blessings. The people that I chose to help, the reason why I picked up a camera, the way that I view life, my favor each and every day is all off my blessings. So that's like the heaviest part of who I am. That's why it's blessed. Now, me as a man, I'm constantly growing. I'm learning. I've been blessed with 3 strong characteristics. That's my wisdom, my patience, and my ability to have understanding.
Great.
And because of that, there's tremendous amount of people that I've been able to meet in my lifetime. My network is crazy with other blessed individuals.
Yep.
And what I do, that led me to what I do because the people who were closest to me were always in front of the camera. And I picked up a camera for my friends. We'll go into that part next, but just to talk about who I am, maybe stay on that. So yeah, that's what I do. I speak, I teach, I help, I assist. I'm a beacon, I'm a bridge, and
Bars.
I like that. And I'm present. I'll say that.
All right. So you say you picked it up to help people.
Yes, sir.
What does that mean? What was happening?
Let me see. What year was this? Like 2015. So we was in school. A couple of familiar names and people that you know.
You're not gonna say.
I ain't gonna say everybody, but
okay, you can say.
I'll say a couple. So I think you remember Connor. I know you remember Connor for sure. Connor, you remember when we did the We Society and Grail collab?
Yeah.
You remember the other model beside me?
Yeah.
It was me, Connor. And
and is Connor Galaxy?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I was like, you remember Connor?
Yeah, he plays piano.
Yeah,
for sure.
So it was me, Connor, and a group of
I've
our
never
friends.
called him Connor.
What do you call him? You just call him by his IG name?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Respect though. That's how we. I think you brought us in off of the Grail side. That's crazy.
Yep.
That's how it worked though.
Yeah.
See my point?
Yep.
So me, Connor, Obu, Francis, Vic, and like 2 or 3 other people at the time. I used to have monthly meetings. And at these monthly meetings, we came together, similar to this or any other friend group that's off of excelling each other and progressing through life. We used to ask each other, well, it came to me. I asked, what do you feel like you need to get to where you want to go?
Mm.
We were a little younger, so we don't really understand everything we may need, but we understand the most immediate necessity that could propel what we're trying to do. So each meeting, something different will pop up. But it was one meeting, towards the end, like we used to do every month, so maybe somewhere towards like month 4, month 5. There was like, yo, I need more visuals. I'm like, I ain't never picked up a camera before, bro. I never been in production, never really viewed it to be something that I cared about. But when we was in school, we all went to GDC at the time. When we were in school, I started a organization, and it got real big. And my role in that organization towards the end was to put on the event, like to kind of plan it.
Yeah.
And the last one that we did, I came up with the intro. And when I came up, everybody liked it.
Yeah.
And that was like my first experience with the whole
Like,
production.
okay.
And I was like, all right, cool. But they're like, but you got to be the one to do that. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, it sounds great, but you got to execute it.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really, I came up with it for other people. I didn't come up with it for me to do it.
But now
So
you got to do
cool. I don't know what to do, but say less. So during that time, I legit had to film the introduction. I had to communicate with the school for how we want the thing to work, even though they told me I can't do 90% of the things that I want to do.
That's how it goes.
So that experience right there brought them to be like, so I feel like you can help us in this area. So I was like, okay. I mean, I just asked a question. You didn't answer my question. I respect that and I appreciate you. So yeah, long story short, 2 meetings back to back. They said we need more visuals, along with me having conversations like this outside of that group. A lot of people were like, yeah, man, I feel like I'm not stumped in my process, but I can be so much further if so-and-so. Through conversation, they ended up saying we need more visuals. We need to be in front of a camera. We just want to capture.
Okay, so you hearing the need, the need. You never picked up a camera before. And was it love at first click?
Not at all. It was fear at first thought. After like the 3rd or 4th meeting where I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna really go try to pursue picking up a camera. Don't know where to start.
Yeah, where you even
don't know where to start, bro.
Don't
even know what to do. And at the time, YouTube wasn't as big. It wasn't privy to all the people who were doing tutorials and telling you how to do that process. I had a lot of photographer friends at that time too, so I never really thought about me having an issue getting the information. So I was like, all right, cool. If I'm really gonna do this, I'm gonna ask a couple of people. So it's a couple of people I didn't sit down with them, but I called them up. A couple of text messages and stuff like that. I'm like, so I'm paying attention now. What camera do you use, and what makes you choose this one? A lot of people told me different things. I'm seeing a lot of Canon.
Lenses.
Yeah, 2015 at the time, 2014, Canon, everything, right? So I'm like, one thing about me, I don't like to choose or do or use what everybody.
So you went different. Everybody else was trying to find Canon, different. And you I'm
like,
go Sony A7.
I didn't know no options yet. I only kept hearing Canon. But I'm like, okay, this is the main thing. I now know what the main thing is. So now let me figure out what else is out there.
Yeah.
So I just type in Canon camera, blah, blah. Then I start going towards photography, videography.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, so you got segments.
Yep.
And categories and subcategories. Yep. Now, one must be good for something for some reason. I learned Canon had the best colors and the best autofocus at the time, which they still kind of do. Colors, I don't know about autofocus. Sony's up there now. So long story short, I decided on a Nikon. It's opposite of a Canon.
Okay.
And it was I won't say it's a bad choice, but for you to start out with, back then, wouldn't recommend it.
So you got a steep learning curve.
Very steep. And not anybody else real time.
Yeah, because everybody told you Canon, nigga, and you came with something new. It's like, what you want me to do?
So all the people look at me like, nah, you gotta go, you gotta research that, bro.
Yeah.
And some of them people are disrespectful too. I'm like, yo, you my homie, but I'm asking simple questions. So when you got this setting on your camera, you shooting this, what you put it on and why? Simple base of my question every time. What do you do and why do you do it?
Yeah.
Everything. You're like, nah, bro, I don't know. Some people's I don't know, and some people's like, I'm not gonna tell you.
Yeah.
During that time, I'm like, you're not gonna tell me. And keep in mind, we cool. Like, people I thought we was cool type thing.
You competition now.
I didn't found that out. That's the next stage. I found out it's like, oh, in this realm, some people gonna look at this competition.
Yep.
It never crossed my mind because that's not who I am.
At all.
I didn't even think about that, bro. So it did something to me. When it comes to a time where I'm like, oh, I can't rely on nobody, and it's something I want to get serious about, it drives me to go harder about it. So during that time, I took like the next 6 months. There's a different level of research I was doing. There's more trial and error. And then my first thing that I shot ended up being with a cell phone, not even with a camera. to this day. Like one of my most viewed videos on YouTube, not even on my channel, on Vic's channel, is a video that I shot on a cell phone.
Wow.
Yeah. And there's a story behind that too. Quick version of the story would be, I didn't know enough to be able to use that camera at the time. We set up everything. Imagine like we came here to shoot this. 2 of them cameras, I didn't know I was supposed to have a certain SD card, and I didn't know I needed to have a certain lens and battery for it. Let's just say that's simple terms. Then we go to start recording. Next thing you know, it's like 2 seconds in, it can't record because the SD card's wrong. That's what happened. So my only backup plan to not let this be a failed shoot was to switch to the phone. I'm like, yo, I don't have nothing else. I got all these people outside. I'm like, thought about it. I had a Samsung like S4 at the time or something like that. Pulled out the phone. I looked at it. Like from the little bit that I did learn, I understand
framing and shit.
The composition and the shutter speed could be adjusted in ISO, something like that.
Yeah.
Then I just ran it. I ran the cell phone.
That's crazy. What I'm hearing is, all right, so, because I'm thinking about what would have happened if y'all weren't even having those meetings, right? Like, to even hear, it's like, I need visuals. And then the energy to say, I'm going to pursue this and try to feel this need. And then to be able to adapt and be like, okay, I'm going to use what I got on some Jesus. Just like, okay, I got a phone and we're going to make a miracle out of this. Do you feel like you still have to utilize that energy now on shoots, that that listening, that adaptability, or do you never mistake?
Great question. I believe that's not part of who I am. So the way that I go about conversing with people is to see where I need to fit to help you out. Yeah, that part is who I am. Okay. So because that's who I am, it comes out even if I'm not even trying to. So it's a part of me.
I love that. What you talked about, people feeling like you could have been a threat, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you were supported once you started this journey? And was it something you were pursuing to do as a gig, like to take care of yourself, or was it a hobby?
Another great question. So when I first started and I was doing it just for my friends, it didn't even cross my mind I could make money from this. I didn't even know. I went to school for business. I had 3 degrees at the time. Automotive technology. Talk about that too.
What type of Jamaican family is?
Look, think about it. Foreigners, you're notified, bro. Everything is school, education. I was never thinking about going to school to get a master's. I was never thinking about going to school to go to more school after I was done. So at the time, the only way I could avoid that is by staying in school and finishing. So every time I was in school, I finished.
Yeah.
Every time I was done, my people's looking at me. I'm like, I don't want to hear the whole little, when you go get your master's thing. I got 2 already. That third joint is because the economy was going down in 2008, 9 around
I remember
time.
I got married in 2008.
Really?
And
that's tough. That's tough, bro. That time they straight up told me, you'll be the last one hired, but the first one fired.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't sound right, bro. What do? You ain't got no option. Go right back to school, like continue school. Because I wasn't really done. At that time, if I stopped, I don't know what I would have been doing. I think it would have been a mechanic. I'd be like an automotive technician at the time. And that was
that's crazy. I saw you could. So
that one
do you only got 3 degrees? Or you got some more now?
He said only you got more. Nah, it's only those 3.
Okay.
Automotive technology.
Okay.
Business and MIS.
All right.
So because those 3 degrees, it saved me from having to further some other higher level of education with my family, at least. So on the other side of that, because that business background, when I picked up a camera, there's certain things that was telling me, because I had at the same time, I was blessed with some high-end friends who were just getting like out there at that same time. Yeah. And because they entrusted me, we basically grew together.
Okay.
So they're like certain venue owners, like imagine State Farm. And they're like, yo, this is who's going to be doing the production. And they're actually hounding me like, do you have this license, this insurance, this, that, and the third? I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And they're like, well, for you to do this, you have to have this, this, and this. So then I'm like, all right, cool. At home, research some things. I'm like, oh, if you're a legit business, technically you have this.
Yeah.
And this is your certification to prove that. So I'm like, I bet. Certified my business 2017. And I registered my business 2017. And then from there, boom. That's where certain things they invite me to, they have to pay me because now I'm on paper. And they had to pay me because certain things required payment. They weren't like their record labels paying me compared to it having to be them, things like that. So then I'm seeing like, this could be a moneymaker. At that point in my life, I've never worked a 9 to 5. Till today, I never worked a 9 to 5.
Nigga, you got 3 degrees. You put in time. God said you did it. Okay,
respect.
You can skip that part. I skipped college, so I had to do the other way.
Boom. So you know what I'm saying? You understand how it works.
Yeah.
So straight up, it was just like, all right, so I'm already seeing money out of this.
Okay, help me understand. So you pick up a camera,
Mhm.
you do some YouTube research and real life research.
Yeah.
Some people offering help. Some people are like, I ain't no way.
Shoot, they wouldn't offer help. Certain people said yes and responded. Some people was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking
You gotta
about.
do that yourself. Yeah.
Did you have any moments where you felt like, oh, maybe this ain't it? It was like, man, maybe I need it. Or has it just been like up and up and up?
Two parts to that response.
Okay.
I never truly felt like this ain't it, but there was too many downtimes. Too many. But they weren't downtimes like some off of the reflection of what I was doing. That's probably what continued to drive me. The first one was right when I bought my camera, when I finally decided on what I want to cop, that Nikon joint, everything else got stolen from me. Everything. Like, say I got 3 degrees, I always did a business within something I was doing.
Yeah.
So I was a mechanic technically by trade. I was also an automotive car audio specialist and a detailer in the beginning days. Then during that same time, I was modeling a little bit same time we met and everything. Yeah. And I was doing, I was a sneakerhead and I did something else. I was fixing phones and doing something else, right?
Just hustling.
All that stuff got stolen.
Just hustling. It's just like, how else can I get it?
All that got stolen.
I got 24 hours, 23 of them.
And I'm using all 24. I'm using all 24. I'm using 30 to be honest. But
yeah, hey man, superpowers.
But right when I copped the camera, all the other stuff got stolen. And that I just could not understand how that seemed possible. It didn't get stolen the normal way neither. My car doors were locked. Stuff was in the trunk. Like they always tell you to do when you somewhere put your stuff in the trunk, right? Yeah. Everything got stolen, bro.
It was just like, you do this now.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
that's exactly.
Like, all right, this is all gone.
If God can make it any simpler for you, that was the most easy way to say.
Just
He's like, look, what you got left?
This camera. Good.
Serious.
Good. I love that. What would you say, like people watching, listening, and they're like trying to figure out what they're gonna do. Yeah. They want to launch something, they want to start something, and just not sure if it's time to make the leap, if it's time to jump. Do you have anything for somebody he was calling like, man, I'm just trying to get some advice, I'm trying to get some?
Yeah, for sure. I would say a couple of things. The main thing is the fact that whatever you choose to do, choose it off the basis of your strongest suit. So I'm good with people, and I have a large network.
Okay.
I didn't choose to start with my people, but indirectly I chose to start with my people. Because I was asking my people, what do you need? I didn't know in turn to go come back and help me. But technically, because I started with my people, which is my largest asset, which is my network, it came back to be also what drives my business.
Bro, that's really a game changer. I feel like so many people would be so much further if they just was willing to listen. It's like, what do you need? Like, somebody's doing something. Mm-hmm. You're doing this. What do you need to be more successful? And how can I create that? Like, even to take the time to think about that. What I'm experienced a lot of is like, I need to go create something else. Mm-hmm. And like in my opinion, we like dilute our power that way. Mm-hmm. But for somebody to say like, oh, you need visuals? I can do that. Mm-hmm. Like I got Just Pod. It's like, oh, you need a microphone to set up? Like we can do that. Then I get to come and do what I'm great at. They do what they're great at. And it's like, this is great. And everybody eats, everybody wins.
You feel fulfilled. Man. You don't have that little void where you're like, I don't know if this is for me or not. You're not really asking those questions.
No, not at all.
Because you're not worried about
just in flow.
And one thing I learned along the way is the fact that if you could be a need, you'll always be needed.
Yep.
Think about that.
Come on.
If they always need you, I mean, if you supply something that someone needs, or everyone needs, you'll always be needed.
For sure.
So one of my main blessings that I definitely got to thank God for is the fact that since I picked up a camera, bro, I've never reached out for business.
People just reach out to you.
Bro, not a day in my life. I've never marketed something yet. I get hounded on this every day. You go see it on my IG. I don't post. I haven't posted on my production page since all my stuff got stolen. We ain't talk about that part yet, but all my stuff got stolen right after my birthday in 2017. I haven't posted on that page because I wanted to go back and finish that project. And until I'm able to, which I need some time, but until I'm able to, I don't plan on returning back to that project.
And how's business been? How's it been?
I've been thriving, I've been blessed. I've yet to do anything else beside production.
Yeah, I'm not trying to gas you. It just feels like humility, like a real version of humility. When you're able to ask, like, what do you need? And then to be able to put yourself in that space. I know for me in the beginning, my identity was too wrapped up in what I was creating to be able to hear from other people.
That's deep.
it was like, I'm creating this and it's gonna be great, and I just put it out and I need y'all to like it. Like that's how it felt, especially when I was doing music. And it wasn't until like I actually allowed my spirit to settle down where I could hear someone say like, man, I actually need this. And then I feel away, or I don't need what you have to offer. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's cool. Thank you. Every no gets me closer to like the right yes.
That's real.
But it took me a couple years to like really
I
feel
I want you to go in a little deeper on that. When you first, I remember when I met you, I remember a change.
Yeah.
I don't know, and maybe others don't know. I don't know what created that moment for you.
Me neither.
Bro, that's a real question.
It was just time.
That's real.
It was like, I remember feeling so great. Yeah. Big Sean got this one line on my favorite album of his, I Decided. And he says, I don't want to spend my whole life looking at the same ceiling fan, thinking, I ain't got no ceilings, man. I know I'm special. Or if I ain't special, then why I feel it then? And it's like, I know I'm great. I feel it every day. Why isn't my everyday showing it back to me? Like, what is the reflection? And I know that what's I'm getting back is what's inside as well. So I'm in the way somehow. And I think I might have said this on the early ones. Like, I need to shut the fuck up. If I knew how to be healthy, I would be healthy. So I was 250 pounds. I was
remember
on
your journey.
7 medication, all that type of stuff. And that process of learning how to get out the way, to lose the weight, to eat better, and then going like, oh, it's not just what I put in my mouth that affects this temple. It's also what I digest in my mind and with my eyes. And when I started to like be intentional about my whole life, and then say, I'm not going to rest. I won't rest until the way I feel inside is matched by how I feel on the outside. And I'm not taking any excuses from my own self. Cause I would just, like, oh, well, I try my best. We'll get him again tomorrow. It's like, no, I'm not gonna make any excuses for myself. I'm not gonna excuse it away as just like, oh, it's the neighborhood I come from, or nobody taught me, or blah, blah. I was like, there's people who had worse and less than I have who are doing better. There are people who come from where I come from and they're thriving, and I'm like trying to survive. I need to relax, trust in what God has given me, the gifts that I've been given, and shut the fuck up and listen. Listen to people tell me what they need. Listen to people tell me why. So many times I have partnerships or stuff to try to work with somebody and it didn't work. And it's like, just listen to them. Like, so I started going back. Like, hey man, when we was working together, like, what was the biggest challenge of working with me? How did you feel when this happened? And it's just like hearing their feedback. It's like, oh, I just felt like this, and this, and this. And it just helped me just grow up.
That's deep. I love to hear that that's where it came from. A lot of people that I've learned over time, it's the fact that they're not confident in something first. They didn't feel, I don't know where I heard this. It's definitely a book. It was a quote that said, if you don't get a chance to start something and build it yourself, you're always going to have some kind of void of feeling like something's missing, or that you never got over a staple to be able to be that confident to help another person. And I think that's part of what it is that certain people get at different times. And it sounds like you got yours at that time.
Yeah, I got it. Just say, and it's the work. Once I learned how to do my work, that's where my confidence came from. It felt like being in the gym. It's like, I know I shot this 1,000 times. So now when I'm playing the game, like, I'm not even thinking about it. But before, I was in the game and I'm nice, but it's like, it's the fourth quarter. I'm tired. It's like, I just, I feel wildly different today than before. I'm the same me. I'm just more of me.
Respectfully.
Yeah.
You exude that greatness.
I appreciate
and
it.
And I say nothing to sit there. It's like, so like I was saying, I look cool with the headphones, but I love it.
Straight up. So you had this family, you got this foreign-based family. Did they support you?
Hell no. You can stop right there. You gotta ask the question. If you're a foreign child, right now, hands down, doctor.
Yep.
Engineer. Doctor again. That's a different one. Another doctor. Probably another kind of doctor. They say lawyer, but scratch that. Doctor. Another doctor. Yeah. So if you're not a doctor, you basically not getting supported. And even if you are a doctor, you're still really not getting supported in the beginning.
Yep.
You just get supported towards the middle and the end. So it's a funny story. technically, because it's gonna be out there, I'm gonna figure out how not to say this so direct. But
Okay.
my parents never knew that I wasn't working. I started when I graduated the last time. I was able I was able to know, which was for them too.
Yeah.
That was just the last time I could figure out how to extend school before I knew what I wanted to do. Because I still didn't really know what I wanted to do.
Yeah, for sure.
I just know I was still helping people. I was helping people at a bigger rate.
Okay.
At a quicker rate too. So I'm like, okay, I'm seeing something. So I'm just gonna give real soon.
Yep.
I don't know what it is. My mom she's not gonna listen to that. So I'm like, all right, I just gotta stall time somehow. So when I graduated, my mom was like, you can't stay home, right? Like, you gotta go get a job kind of thing. And I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds crazy. Cause little do you know, I've been doing some things.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell her that I already know.
Yeah.
There's two things I can never tell my mom. My mom never knows that I was staying awake till about 5, 6 a.m. since early high school, like late middle school. I had to wait for them. I had to wait for my mom to go to sleep and my pops to be asleep. But before he wakes up at 5 something to do majority of my work. So I did my schoolwork, did what I had to do at school. Never really studied either, but I did what I had to do at school.
Yeah.
Good grades and everything, right? Then I get to enjoy and build myself and do what I wanted to do after that. But that's when they go to sleep. For the longest too, bro. I've been doing this for the longest.
You couldn't tell them that. I don't know how you function.
Till today, bro. I'm still on the same wave.
What is that, like 3 hours of sleep? 3-4 hours of sleep?
Back then, it was definitely trash. It was probably two and some change, 3.
Hey, man, well, you got to get it. You got to get it.
Look, it's a building.
I don't recommend it.
I wouldn't recommend it either. You gotta be built for that.
I do know one person. I had one person who was helping me at the time. His name, Ryan Leslie. He only sleeps 3 hours a day.
Really?
And so sometimes we'd be on the phone. He'd be
Ryan Leslie, the artist?
Yeah.
Really?
He created a app. I was a musician, and so we met on that. But he created a technology. It's called Superphone now. And he was like showing me how it worked. And was like, you should use it. I heard
he got his hands in a lot of things.
But he does. He's a genius. But he only sleeps 3 hours. And y'all are the only 2 people I know.
Dang.
Yeah. Everybody else get at least 6 hours. But keep going.
I try to work towards the 6 though. I'm now. I'm the echelon of 4.
That's how you got
change.
the 3 degrees.
Look, it's not enough time in the day, bro, and life's not guaranteed, but we'll get there.
All right.
So the second thing is the fact that once I graduated, my mom kept saying that whole little, you got,
Yeah, you got to get work.
Because I was sleeping, trying to get 4 or 5 hours, but at that, 6 a.m. time. So if she's coming downstairs thinking that I've been asleep since like 10 p.m. or 11 p.m., knocking on my door, I'm like, dang, I got to get up. All right, cool. It's cool. I'll figure it out. So she's like, you got to stop sleeping so long. I'm like, dang, it's hurting holding my tongue, but I got you. Say less. And the whole little job thing, I'm like, yeah, that's not going to work. So went out the last 2 or 3 years of school. I don't know if you met these 2 people, but I had 2 business partners.
Okay.
We were working on an app. It was working on it's going to be like a new social media platform. At the time, LinkedIn wasn't so big and Instagram definitely wasn't big yet. So it was going to be a infusion of something that looks like LinkedIn with a concept of Instagram-ish on a more professional level, something like that, right? We were working on it for like two years and some change. And so from school, my mom was always checking like, where you at? You ain't home yet. I was always working on this. You know how like most people, if you out at night, you're doing something wrong. That's what your parents think. I'm grinding. I was grinding and working on this, bro.
For sure.
And so it wasn't supporting. And so I'm like, I already see I can't tell you nothing. And you're already showing me it's gonna make this hard. So once I graduate, I'm gonna have to figure this out. So boom, it's a perfect window. She was like, you gotta go to work. Okay. You normally work 10 hours, anywhere from 8 to 10 hours, something like that. All right, cool. I'm gonna leave during the normal times that people go to work. I'm gonna come back during the normal time that people come back.
Yep.
I'm gonna be doing everything I was trying to do. The normal time.
That was just your job.
That window.
Yeah.
So then that's just what I made that happen. 2 years, fast forward 2 years. I tried to tell my mom, like, once I started, my incline started looking real good. I ain't gonna hold you. And so I was like, I'm gonna try to tell my mom, like, look, if this is inconveniencing me having to leave the crib every day like this, I was like, I'm gonna be like, let me see what it looks like if I told my mom I'm not going to work no more next year.
Okay. It's okay. You're already not working, but you just try to see.
But I need to do it her way.
Yeah.
Should you think I was been working?
Yeah.
I said, next year I don't think I'm gonna work. Business is looking real good and some things is looking like really bright. My future's about to start working for me. Let me see how this goes. She said, oh no, I don't think that you should do that. I'm like, no, I'm gonna do it. She's like, no, that's not gonna happen.
Right. You're like, no.
She's like, tell your dad that too. So me and my dad's at church one time. I just like a little quick conversation. I'm like, Dad, I'm probably not gonna work next year or moving forward. Business looking really good. He's like, I don't think you should do that, but yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, simple as that.
So it's just funny because that support question, nah, they never supported that at all. And little did they know I was building the whole time. And then once I got to the point where I'm like, I don't really need them to confirm that they're not gonna support me.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make this move anyways because it's too hard for me to keep leaving those,
Yeah, for
those
sure,
hours and have to do more to make it look like I'm working.
How are they feeling now?
That's another long story.
Okay,
too.
okay.
But this is a funny
I was
thing.
hoping the story was like then it was like
It's funny. It's funny because they don't support you through that hard part when you really need their support. But there was one time, multiple times, we're at church, and then my mom's like trying to brag about me, like, my son got this business, he did that, he started this. He takes all my pictures, blah blah. Trying to brag about me. I'm looking like she had nothing to do with this. She didn't want this to happen. Little does she know, my dad the same thing. He brags about me. And all
they're
these
proud.
things. So I'm like, I guess this is their weird way of saying we proud of
man.
what we didn't support.
We've been talking about this all day, actually, man. Like we've been talking about parenthood. Now, I got 2 boys, and it's just like considering where they come from and the opportunities they help afford to us. It's like this is the best they had
for sure.
And I just go, thank you so much, and just keep it moving.
I feel like you're gonna. I already seen you as a father. I ain't gonna hold you. Much respect, bro. We all needed that. You're never gonna not be supportive of production or productivity that they'll be.
No.
You're not gonna be bringing the kind of like parenting that we had.
Yeah, I agree, and I also know that it's really not up to me about how they turn out. Right. I love those guys and I want to give them the best opportunity. But I think about this story all the time about the story of the 2 Johns. Their father was an alcoholic. One John grows up to be a raging alcoholic. They're brothers. He grows up to be a raging alcoholic. And the friends are like, yo, why you drink all the time? You got a problem. We can't stop. And he's like, oh man, my dad was an alcoholic. And then his brother won't ever touch a drink. And people are like, man, how come you won't ever drink with us? We go out, going to celebrate, do stuff. And he's like, man, my father was an alcoholic. And it's like the same experience, how they perceive it. So like my dad did the best he could considering his dad is like, wow, you came so far. Now there's so far that I wish he would come to meet me and to reach me. But I see him where he is and I'm practicing going both directions. So the way I love my children is one way is like as a father to them as my sons. But then the way I love my father as his son, even if I don't feel like he's coming to me, it's like this is the healing from me is gonna go this way, like both ways, as much as I can.
It's a beautiful thing though. A lot of people don't have some kind of, I guess, internal balance that allows them to be able to do both.
Yeah, I think with standing against like my father's thoughts or opinions, or like I think it helped make me tougher. That's how I used it.
Use it right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, oh, you don't. I remember when I said I wanted to rap, and I don't think he meant it this way at all. But how I took it, he told me I was trash. And
he said just like that.
Nah, he just was like, yeah, basically. And my dad grew up in New York. He grew up like when hip hop was being born. It's just like hip hop started out in the park. You know what I'm saying?
I'm crying. He's not rapping to you. He's like, you trash. You don't sound like this.
So my dad could rap. That's how I loved it. Like my dad would freestyle for hours, like just about what was going on in the house. It was like the coolest thing in the world to me. And I was just remember being like, I'm gonna be the greatest. And he was just like, no, like, nah. Damn. I was just like,
did you ever ask him for anything during the time?
Nah.
That you was trying to pursue being an artist?
I've never really asked my dad for anything.
Is that due to your upbringing, or is that due to what you saying?
Me? Come on.
I don't know. You said, look, this is off the record.
Nah, I think. How come I haven't asked? I've asked him for stuff as an adult.
No, I'm talking back then.
Back then, nah.
I'm just curious because
I have no idea.
I've never.
I just wanted to do it. Bro. Yeah, I just wanted to do it. I bought my first car. I bought my first place. I don't know. I really don't know what it is. Now maybe I'm a.
You think it's something about being a man? You think it's some pride thing or something like that?
Probably. Because I know my dad loved me, but it was like I was also. I just didn't really feel. I don't know. It never even crossed my mind.
That's deep.
To go like, hey dad, can you help me buy a car? Or
what about just asking for $1? Like just asking for something.
No, my dad was good about that. My dad will hustle. Like my dad, He was in the Air Force. He always had like employment. And if he didn't, in Chicago, we had our Chinatown is lit. And they would sell like these wholesale balloons.
Yeah.
And he would just go buy balloons for like 25 cents, 50 cents.
That's
He'd
fine.
blow them up and he would sell them for like $2, $3 like on the street.
Yeah.
And so he would have a knot. So I never had to ask for like that. He didn't give me an allowance or anything, but I just was content. I was happy as a kid. And I will say there was one time, because I used to get a lot of whoopings about my grades because I'm so smart and I just didn't feel like doing any work, which my youngest son is experiencing right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I said, damn, I know how this goes.
yeah, I really do.
It's gonna end up.
But there was my senior year of high school, I was a part of a competition. And if we won, we got an all expenses trip paid to Florida for the second phase.
Yeah.
And I just remember asking like, Dad, can you help quiz me on this? And he's reading the questions and quizzing me and I'm answering and we start having fun. Like both of us are having a blast. And then he goes like with tears. It's like, man, this is all you needed the whole time. Like, I wonder if I would have done more stuff like this instead of beating you all the time, you would have. I've had 2 moments like that with my dad where it's just like, it kind of just jumped on him. Like, maybe I didn't handle that right. So that was a healing. And I was like 17. And it was like, I was still so happy, but it also brought in the sadness. It was like, yeah.
Like you should have.
like yeah, because I'm having a blast. I didn't even know we can have fun like this. You know, so I don't know what about you. You never asked for $1 or nothing?
When I was younger, I asked, I think that's when I learned not to ask.
Not to ask?
I asked for, you know, when you had to bring home the those
Man, we
sheets
were
to get
just
signed?
talking about this.
What part of this?
Just about asking our fathers for money.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Go
I
ahead.
remember when you had to bring those sheets of paper to get approved or signed from your parents to go on a field trip or certain things. The way they reacted to that was so left for me. I'm like, bro, they don't even ask you for nothing. This is a signature. If I can't ask you for a signature of paper that I need to bring back to school, I can't ask for $1.
Yeah.
So I don't recall, I think one of them field trips, they said bring money. I think I tried to be like, without saying, can I get $1 or something? Did you see the last part? Like, you gave me the signature, but did you see where it said, give your child $5 or
$5 or whatever.
And I think the backlash I got from that was so crazy, so I never asked after that. I was like, damn, that's deep. So I just started taking my lunch money. I started replacing my lunch money with funds to use for myself, and I was always good at saving. That's how I learned like how to save, actually.
See, it's like life prepares you. Cause I was definitely hustling my lunches.
Oh yeah, you had
I was selling my Oreos. Like, you bust that thing down.
Bro, what?
Bro,
my cousin
sandwich.
was melting Jolly Ranchers together at the crib, looking like he was cooking something. Like he was working the stove. He was working the stove, brought it to school, sold them joints for like $2, $3.
Yeah.
His return on investment was crazy, bro. I'm talking like per person, he was making like $3 profit. In a week, he was pulling home like 80.
In what grade?
Bro, this is 8th grade.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Killing.
Yeah, so
I don't want to say what I was selling in 7th grade.
We ain't got to talk about it.
Yeah.
We ain't got to talk about it.
I got nothing.
Now, I was hoping you say you didn't get caught, though.
No, I got caught because like it was 7th grade. Okay, I was selling.
He said I was doing numbers.
I was doing way too many numbers.
I was doing too good.
And it was like, and what I was selling was so inappropriate. It wasn't drugs.
I'm about to say, I ain't gonna hold you.
No.
The people gotta know. I gotta know. You can say, you can do a little long beep and then say it, or something. Just say it fast. Say fast.
Man,
just say
just
fast.
for the pornos.
How were you selling them?
Huh?
How were you selling them?
VHS and magazines.
My nigga did VHS.
Bruh.
Were you like you like recorded? Oh my man, how do you know how to dub that early?
Bro, I was the tech guy in my you know what I'm saying?
Respect. No, stay away from it. But
so I got
the
caught
skill
with that.
set is fire.
And then I ran a phone sex line.
Oh, but Andrew Tate, 401, yeah, you know the vibe. My man knew what's up. You know what's up. He was before his time. He was before his time.
So they would call me, and then I would call on 3-way. And I thought,
bro, 7th grade?
Yeah.
What school did you go to?
I went to a really dope school in Chicago.
Your school had to be fire too.
It was fire. It was.
Someone put you on game, bro.
Man, early.
Yeah, you're smart. Respect.
And I was like, bro, I'm about to. So I did that, and then when I got in so much trouble for that, then I started going.
I could imagine the trouble you got.
In high school,
grade.
my high school didn't have a vending machine. And so I would stop it.
We was bringing snacks to the
yeah, bro.
I was selling Pop-Tarts.
And the teachers would put in orders, and that's when they came. They blew up the spot.
Yeah, someone always takes someone to blow up the spot.
But I had the opposite experience. They sent me home. They tried to suspend me. They wrote my mom a letter, And my mom wrote this. She was like, my son is an entrepreneur and you should be supporting him.
Okay, so your mom supports.
Man, shout out moms.
Hey, shout out my friend. My mom was like that.
Yeah. That's all right, man. Look at you. You know what I'm saying?
No thanks to her. I was playing. Thanks to your mom. Thanks to people like your mother. I had a lot of stepmothers that, you know, I mean, not stepmothers, other mothers who played the role of what I needed in regards to support from my mother.
You said before when you started, it's like you got the weekends are crazy. We went through this whole journey, We've been blessed, favored, all these things. You got your sister here, like families heavily involved, whether they're supporting or not, they're part of the story.
Yeah.
What do you see next for you as far as growth? And that can mean whatever it means for you. What does growth look like for you coming up next?
You see how I started off with peace when you asked me what am I feeling?
Yep.
Growth for me is going to look like peace on the business side. Since I picked this up, even though I've been blessed with that much business and everything, I never had peace though. Not one time. I can't say I've
Bro, you in the vibes. You was like you was here for the earlier conversation.
It's crazy. He's like, you wasn't here, but you was here, bro. Everything you saying, we talked about.
It's crazy.
I've never had peace since I picked up a camera, bro. And that peace. So there's two things that never happened. In life, I can say I honestly never tried yet. I haven't truly tried something. I haven't put the effort to make me feel like I've pushed my limits. I ain't even got close to my limits at all. Not even this much. So my limits, I'm going to intentionally use them.
Yep.
And then peace, I'm going to business achieve them, if that makes sense. So that's really what progression will look like for me. I'm going to separate the business from the brand, and then I'm going to still be able to do what I want to do and obtain peace that way because I don't have to be so hands-on. I already have a team, but I don't have a concrete team like how I could, like how we talk about if it was your family.
Yeah.
I don't have that the way I want to yet. But when I do, and the way I'm going to go about doing it is the business can hold down the business, and I'll hold it down as being just a president, just a CEO, having my own title within the business and building it out that way. And then on the brand side, I'll still do me and be me. I picked up the camera as an exclusive videographer, photographer. I went away from it a little bit because I helped so many people. You can't be helping people and be exclusive. It doesn't really sound right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go back to that.
I got it. So you'll have the brand will be other people working and stuff, and if they want you, they're gonna have to write that.
Respectfully, which some people is like, nah, it has to be.
Yeah,
you.
for sure.
I have corporate clients and stuff just like that, but at the same time, that's cool.
Yeah.
But it limits the business, so it limits how much of my time I'm having to commit to and do. Because I'm all about, I want to keep the reputation of satisfying my clients and my customers. That's probably the most thing that has hurt me within the last 2 years. I had a crazy family situation, and it extended over. Once that happened, it just started rolling every year. And it was a different major L every year from 2017. All my stuff got stolen again in 2017. 2018, family situation. 2019, not homeless, but houseless. Money was looking crazy because of family situation. Basically went back to zero.
Yeah.
Had to start over at a different time of life. Then 2020, COVID. Then it was just boom, boom, boom. So I'm like, all right, look, at this point, there's going to be a major L every year, right? How do I want to go about making that work in my favor? Because I can't be down with this much people relying on me. And I can't say I'm helping people with being in that position.
Yeah.
So that's the part that hurts me the most, is the fact that because of these major L's that I can't share with everybody. I can't be like, a client's like, yeah, where's my stuff? Blah, blah. I can't be like, because so and so and so and so to every single person. There's certain relationships that I lost. There's certain relationships that were sacrificed. There's certain clients that I never would have, not that I did them wrong, but I wouldn't have neglected the way that I want to go about treating that booking or
life
something.
wasn't life in the way it was.
And some people understand, don't get me wrong, but I can't fault the ones that don't understand, because you paid for something and you expect to get your return for what you paid for. And I respect that. So that's really where it started, that I couldn't post like I want to. I couldn't be showing my life like I really want to, because I've been blessed with so many things that I would love to share with everybody.
And people gonna show up like,
yeah, they're like, oh, where? Oh, so he on stage and think he's somebody, and he forgot my stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, I respect.
I'm not even out there like that.
So I'm just like, all right, cool. I got my sister show. Well, this is gonna be a day that all this comes out though. And when that comes out, I'll show y'all. I'll show y'all. Yeah. But that's one thing I want to be. I want to be able to have that. I want to be able to have that like global forgiveness in some kind of way, and then I'll feel peace on that end. There's so many people that I'm like, nah, really, it wasn't even like that for real. And I can't. it's too far gone to be like, let me talk to you, like say sorry or something. It's just past a sorry. And because of that, the only way I can go about doing that is just make everything else right. And then moving forward, make sure I'm good. And that's what I've learned to be able to capitalize on what I've been through.
Yeah. No, I love it, man. I just want to ask this for closing, just because you booked and busy, and I want to make
Bless
sure
me with the camera,
hey,
brother.
man. What is one time that you invested something and you were like, oh, this is a big investment. Like, this is a lot. Like, what it was like
every equipment purchase I made, every computer purchase I made, every car I bought. I got a good one. I actually say, I bought my sister a car when she was in need. Yeah, I bought my sister a car. Then I was major.
What about your brother?
the one I just got? The brother I just got?
You know what I'm saying?
Respect, bro. We coming up together, so it ain't nothing but a word. That investment at that time, and I'll say my most recent one would be crib. I just got a crib. Just bought a home, my first home. But that journey and process to make that happen, crazy. And then the mortgage is different from rent. You know, the mortgage missing. If you show that mortgage is different from a rent, you could figure something out, whatever. That mortgage is like, they're not gonna come after you. It's just, that's not gonna be yours.
Yeah, it's just like, and we take this back.
Yeah, like, so, you how long late?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's cute. You got you. Yeah.
So it's a different level. And I asked that because, you know, I talk to a lot of entrepreneurs and just go-getters. And it's like, I feel it's a lot of fun to have a vision and to pursue it, but it's also a tremendous risk. And
for sure.
Every time you take that risk, there's no guarantee. There's faith, there's belief, I'm gonna work hard. But like I said, like I garden. I can put the seed in the ground, I can water it, I can make sure it's getting enough sun. I don't make it grow. It still has to do that of its own nature. I can like facilitate a healthy environment for growth, but I can't, and it's the same in business. Like I can buy the Mac, I can buy the camera, I can do all this. That ain't gonna make
how you get clients. That's the number one question I always get. How you get clients?
Yeah.
So I'm glad you brought that up that way. We live in a time where hard work no longer yields the guarantee of success. That's the time that we currently are in right now. Hard work does not guarantee.
Is there a way to guarantee it? What does?
Only God can guarantee that.
Only God
can guarantee that. And honestly speaking, I don't think, just because success is different for everybody, I don't think, let me pause. Let me think on that before I say that. I do think there's some form of a way you can guarantee success if you truly define success before going into it for monetary purposes. I'll say that.
So if I say success for me is making $1 million, I can guarantee a way to get it.
Because you see you got a number on it?
I agree.
That means you're going to work towards that.
So I was just talking to somebody who was saying that he's trying to decide his number, what success is. Like to say like, this is enough. Not that he won't ever make any more, but it's like, I don't have to work as hard. Like this is my threshold. And I think
but is that success in general, or that's just talking about his monetary version?
That's just the monetary part.
Okay.
For me, success is what Maya Angelou says, like getting every day doing what I love. Damn, what did she say? It's like
got that third line, but I know what you're talking about.
And the other way I say it to my boys, like I want to be able to go where I want, when I want, for as long as I want, with who I want. Like that's it. That's success. I don't have to be rich to do that. I can be. It can be anywhere in between. But if I can get up at any moment and say, you know what, it's time for me to go, and I can go, and I can stay wherever I go for as long as I want to stay, and I don't have to be like, I gotta. Then I'm successful.
That's
and in that case, I feel like a very rich man.
Hey, what Bob Marley say?
Yeah, rich in possession. I just
I know what you meant. You know what I'm talking about. Respect. So yeah, bro. Honestly speaking, I think that's what it is. If you ask people how they define success, you'll learn a lot about the person too. Yeah, everybody has a different way.
You're good at. I can see even the way you process your words. It's like I'm gonna ask this question. It's like you're just gonna cut right through to the heart or something. That's good. I really appreciate you pulling up, especially in between gigs.
It's a blessing. I'm humbled to be chosen to be here. I'm humbled to be able to make it. I'm glad we finally got a chance to even sit down and have a piece of a conversation.
And we'll link some more.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, this has been great. We're gonna check out the same way we checked in. Before we go, can you just let the people know where they can find you? What you got coming up? What you got going on?
One more time for the one time. It's King Kola. That's A Kola production on everything. Blessed man with a camera. Find me on Instagram. It's King_Kola with a K. Kola. I don't post for now. That's going to change real soon. It's about to be a new year. These days going by too fast, by the way, too. That's another thing. We're going to talk about that later.
Man.
But you can find me on Instagram. Just DM me. And then if it needs to get to something where we work on something or you just want to have a conversation, I do this too. But my platform ain't solid yet. It ain't going to be something where I'm showing people yet.
Let me say
I have
this.
a lot to come.
Podcasting?
Mm-hmm.
Bet.
Mm-hmm. And besides that, you can find me in real life. What's up? And then you also for something else.
Like I said, what you got going on? Something that
I got a lot going
on.
on. I got a lot going on. But I always like to just keep it with a stay tuned because I'm about to go back crazy exclusive to the point where you got to know people that know me to get to what I'm about to show y'all. So I'm just about to make a return. That's what I'm gonna say. So you'll find me everywhere real soon. Coming to a theater near you, respectfully.
Respectfully. Yo, and on that note, we're going to close our eyes again. We're going to drop in. We're going to let all that greatness settle in, the confidence and the love. And we're just going to do our box breathing again. Breathe in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold for 4. And yeah, just let some of this energy just percolate in your heart and your spirit. You are capable of pursuing and accomplishing whatever you're imagining. You don't have to wait for people close to you to get it, to understand, to support. Just start taking steps toward that thing. And if you don't know what that thing is, then that's your job.
Amen.
To find out who you are and what you're here for. And on that note, take a deep breath in. Hold. Out. Hold. In. Hold. Relax, relax, relax. Out. Hold. Find a regular breath. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. This has been the We Are the Ones podcast. I'm your host, Kareem Manuel. We'll see you next weekend. Make sure you leave a dope question or comment down below. We'll get to it. Whoever got the best one, we're going to send y'all something free. Appreciate y'all. Let's go.
Yeah. We are the ones we've been waiting for. Found everything I needed, me no need to look no more. The timing was exquisite, even when I thought I missed it. I was tripping, I was falling, but I never failed. I embrace my flaws and imperfection. I am grateful for the lessons and the blessings. Remember when I was stressing, we can do anything we put our minds to. Believe that. We open to the ops and the feedback. Ops mean opportunity, hoping that you see that. I'm saying what I mean. We brave enough to go.